given me an opportunity to talk to you whenever I should use it. Brahmasree KPC Anujan Bhatathiripad is known to me last 2 years only. And I have gained a lot of knowledge from him, and I thought I should use it and I should make use of it and invite him to talk to most of the people and give an opportunity to share his knowledge, give him an opportunity to make use of it or come back to Hyderabad to talk to all of you. Because I have taken a lot of knowledge from him and I have tried to spread it in different parts of Hyderabad. I had 7 series of lectures in lab quarters. That was the beginning. And most of the lectures I used to refer him. And they found that they have to listen to him directly. They came forward asking for a full day session. And then he agreed when I thought it is not only one place for one full session. Having come over to Hyderabad, instead of 24 hours, I requested him to extend it to 240 hours for 10 days. The beginning he agreed, and then there was some other commitment. And just before 2 days before coming, that is on Wednesday, he called me and said he is sick, he cannot come. And somehow I could not request him. On my behalf, my wife requested him, if you come here, we will take care of you. So it's God's grace. He had no problems. In lab quarters program, he started telling that I have got some physical illness, I will not be able to speak. But 2 hours on standing, he was like a dynamic person. And I said if he was well, he could have become a dynamic. The topic was also so interesting. Veda Sandesham Shastra Yugathil. Veda Sandesham Shastra Yugathil was the topic. And 2-3 minutes only, Major General Mohandas was present there. When he had another appointment, he has to go to BDL chairman. He called me and said, I have to get him in BDL, that's all, nothing else. And that is how an not included program was also put. And BDL he spoke on Vedic values. They renamed Vedic as ancient Indian. Vedic values and its relevance in modern life. So we had the first starting lecture I wanted to be in Veda Bhavan on Veda, because he's a Vedic Pandit, basically to start with. And Venkatraman Ganavadigal has made a real program with a lot of chantings on Vedas and all that. And people who came there here have followed him in most of the places. And Raghavatan is one of the examples who has not missed any of the lectures. And I have to go, so I happen to be with him. 348 kilometers he has travelled from the station until now. He has to travel something more. He spent 180 hours, out of which 18 hours he spoke at 10 venues, 8 announced and 1 BDL and 1 at Varya Samajam, that was on Kerala traditional food habits. That is what he spoke. Most of the lecture titles are known, but if I fail my duty, if I don't thank few of the people, like Sanjay Kale has present in most of the lectures, Varya is present in most of the lectures, Justice Rangaran sir only could attend at 2, but he made it that to attend because he was out of station. Lab quarters, we had a full day program. I think we should have more such programs. He spoke from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and 12 to 2:30 was my usually when circus comes, there will be a real show and a Vidushaka comes in the middle. So I had the Vidushaka part of that. From 12 o'clock to 2:30 I engaged the people, and from 3:30 to 5 o'clock there was discussion, 1.5 hour discussion. It was a real show. And he is a person when I never heard him talking in English before inviting him, and none of the topics were discussed with him before printing it, because I knew that he can talk. One of the title he was telling at Mahendra Hills was on Smriti. Many people have forgotten the relevance of Smriti, and most of the people only talk about some part of the Vedic texts, but he said that it has to be brought to the people, and I hope that at least some people will come forward to have special lectures on Smriti, and it will be a real eye-opener for most of the people who have got interest in understanding real Hinduism and the social life prescribed by Hindus. He is a person who has got a traditional knowledge, Vedic knowledge, with a good scientific outlook. I happened to meet him introduced by our earlier speaker on the same venue we had. I think after that there was no lectures in this venue, Dr. Gopalakrishnan. Similarly, like I heard a few cassettes, I thought I should introduce him to Hyderabad. Dr. Gopalakrishnan introduced me to KPC Anujan Bhatathiripad. That time he was almost planning to go to Germany to study Korean photography. And he said, you don't have to go to Germany. Probably there is somebody who starts learning it. Maybe a lot of sharing will help us. That is how our relation started. And I made a point that most of the time I go to Kerala, I go and spend half time with him and half time only for the rest of my family members. So I have got benefited. I hope most of the people around here who heard him will admit that they all got benefited. But I know that Hyderabad is not this much. I realize it. Because it's not a good practice which we have in Hyderabad. People are very less. There are cases when I telephoned and told individually to most of the places. More than 1,000 emails have been sent. Sedu was kind enough to sponsor printing notices. And some well-wishers are there who will sponsor most of the things. But there is no push. And an individual, I have no backing of some association, so I am lucky. If you have got a backing on an association, you can never do that. Because it has to be discussed in committee, somebody will say, why this, why not the other person, like that will start coming. And since I have no backing of some association, I can go into any association and ask them to conduct programs. So I think that we will have more opportunities and many more people will get introduced like this. Maybe once in a year one person is sufficient. And maybe all of you should support for that. Let us make it as a practice, because I have been traveling in different parts of India and abroad. I have seen the enthusiasm in different parts of the world is much more than what we have in Hyderabad. In Delhi, I was telling Triveni, on Sunday if I am in Delhi, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock is at R.K. Puram Ayyappa temple. 400 listeners are assured. That is how the thrill they have in Delhi. Most of the places in Madras, in Chennai, it is just wonderful. You have got 1,500 teachers on program. I was really thrilled. I say that is the target where we have to target is the teachers. We share a lot of things like this. I think I had the privilege of staying with him, spending time with him, if not 180 hours, 100 hours with him, because most of the time working hours or during sleep, little bit of time, rest of the time you all discuss most of the things casually. Many things were discussed. All are a good asset, and people should make use of such things. And I understand very, very enthusiastic people around, like Sanjay Kale. He copies cassettes are delivered at different places as soon as the lecture is over. Whoever does not attend, whoever is known to him, he supplies cassettes. That is how we started spreading things. There are many people like that. I think let us have many more such subsites, many more such associations, many more such lectures, and I take this opportunity to thank and to pranam to Mr. Triveni for agreeing, and I wish that many more such occasions will come, because at least every day 1 or 2 calls are there asking for his time for another lecture. I don't want to tax him by giving 4 or 5 lectures per day, because I know he is not well. Otherwise I will not mind. His age is not a problem. Only he was not well, he has got a throat problem, so I don't want to trouble him. Otherwise 3-4 lectures per day is possible in Hyderabad. I think people are lethargic in Hyderabad. They don't like to travel more than 20 kilometers. In Delhi it is a normal practice. 60 kilometer drive is not a problem for them. But we are all like that. I am also part of it. So that is the main cause. But roads are becoming better thanks to Chandrababu Naidu. I think people will start traveling a lot. Driving has become a fun now. But one sad thing which I am noticing in Hyderabad, which I also shared with him, in most of the places, I found people coming with their families, not husband and wife. Kids also start coming. But I am seeing very less number of youngsters attending such programs. And in Hyderabad, no, youngsters are very serious into studies. But most of the other places, they also come and join. I think you should make a practice when you go for such lectures. Get the young people, because we don't improve much. But if youngsters listen to that, they will share to 101 fellows together, and the idea of spreading is much more easier with youngsters. So I think you should make a practice that when you come for a lecture, bring the families along, wife, husband, kids, neighbors. Should start instigating people to attend such lectures. With this request, I think. Thanks a lot.
On behalf of all of you, I would like to express my gratitude and thanks first to our speaker, and then to Dr. Seshkumar, who was instrumental in organizing this series of lectures. And as a token of gratitude from our side, I would like to present a small token to Dr. Seshkumar. I'm sure the speaker articulated much enthusiasm if he had seen more of the audience. But as Dr. Seshkumar said, we happen to be very lethargic. We don't take the interest of traveling beyond 20 kilometers. In spite of that, they may be having their own conveniences. People like me, of course, I have no convenience of my own. I have to depend on public transport. But with all that, I was in a position to attend all these sessions of meetings that have been started from 27th onward. I consider myself very lucky and privileged enough to acquire whatever knowledge our honored speaker has dispensed with. Maybe I don't know how far I will retain it in my memories, but still, I am very grateful to God for having given me this opportunity. And once again, I should thank you all for having encouraged us, and we wish, as Dr. Seshkumar said, spiritual capabilities with positive energy. Thank you all once again, and now I hand over.